Once upon 2 times pi radius, there was a sensible straight line who was hopelessly in love with a dot. After a lot of effort, the line having won over the dot's heart and completely transformed, committed himself to making her happy. A few weeks later, he popped the question. And they had a spectacular ceremony, to which they invited all their friends and acquaintances. "Look at how in love they are," a triangle said, jealously staring at the young couple. "They couldn't more perfectly match each other," one of the old lions noticed. After an unforgettable party and a tremendous amount of amuse-bouche and champagne, the numerous shapes went home, knowing for sure that the lion and the dot would live happily together forever.
And they had a few good years indeed, when every second of every minute of every hour was pure love, fun, and adventures. The happy couple even became rather trendy and socialized with a lot of beautiful fashionable art forms and cool technologies.
The dot and the line inspire abstract art. The dot and the line invent rock and roll. The dot and the line play video games. The dot and the line go political. The dot and the line's extraordinary space adventure.
"How lucky I am," uttered the line with a sigh. "Nothing could ever be as swell and blissful as my life."
But time flies, and every living thing eventually grows old with a fair amount of pain and frustration. Except for the dot, who seemed to be getting younger every day. The line, on the other hand, in spite of all his efforts, felt more and more like an old thing and was having a hard time keeping up.
He could feel her slipping away, and as strong as he wanted to be, he couldn't ignore the unavoidable fact his darling Dot wasn't walking the line anymore. She had been seen with another younger, hipper line a couple of times by some nosy shapes in the neighborhood. The line refused to admit the facts and ignored them for as long as he could. But the Dot found herself less and less willing to even try and keep their relationship alive. She was feeling like this was all going round in circles, and soon the jig was up. The lion was still hopelessly in love with her, and made every effort he could to keep himself interesting to his beloved. But this was all in vain, and the wistful lion found himself alone again for the first time in decades. At first, the pain he felt was so excruciating that time passed somewhat easily. Days and weeks and months faded, and soon enough the lion lost all his wonderful abilities. You should go out, meet someone, his friends kept saying to him. But the lion didn't feel like doing anything but lay down and stare into space. He didn't have a care in the world. The years went by, and although the lion did try a few times to live again, he now felt too old, too tired, too out of shape. Soon enough, his friends gave up visiting him, and before long, he had become an apathetic and weary old soul. Death came by a beautiful autumn morning. It wasn't violent or unexpected. It just came by the door, and away the lion went. But right before that, he had an opportunity to become aware of his true self for the first time ever. He could finally look at himself for what he was. And he went calmly, beautifully, and with absolutely no pain left, to the place where all shapes go once they're finally whole.